Welcome to the New School of Marketing podcast, the place for smart, simple strategies that will amplify your business results. Sharing practical tips, insider knowledge, and actionable advice because marketing is something that every business owner can do. Now, let's get started. Introducing your host, Bianca McKenzie, mum, lover of snow sports, camping, horse riding, and in-demand launch strategist and Facebook advertising knowledge bank.
Welcome back to the New School of Marketing podcast. I am so grateful to you for tuning in. Before we dive in, I would love to pay respect and acknowledgement to the Palawa people of Lutruwita, who are the traditional owners of the land on which my business operates. And I pay my respects to their elders past, present, and emerging. Okay, it's the start of the school holidays here in Tasmania, which is always a tricky time for any parent running a business or no business. It's just a tricky time. It's actually my second school holiday, like my second round of school holidays. And my daughter actually wanted to go to the school holiday program, which makes things significantly easier for me. She actually asks to go. It's run at her school, so it's like in a familiar environment. And she just loves spending time with friends, learning new things. And my son usually goes to daycare 3 days. So there's really not much change for him. So here I am. If you're a parent and juggling school holidays and work, I feel for you. It's not easy, but I'm so grateful that I get to choose how I spend my time during school holidays, and I'm not actually forced to send my kids away. It is an absolute privilege, and I'm also very lucky that my daughter actually chooses to go to the school holiday program. Like, she could have said, no, I want to stay at home, and I would have made that work. But yeah, we just, get the best of both worlds, I feel like. Anyway, last week, I had the opportunity to host an in-person workshop where I spoke about using social media for ROI, return on investment, not burnout, which was really fun. And during this workshop, I actually mentioned that we don't have to keep reinventing the wheel, and we can reuse and repurpose our content. And you have to keep saying the same thing over and over in different words, in a way. That's kind of what we spoke about. And I jokingly said that I keep going on about how people need to have their foundations in place before they spend money on Facebook and Instagram ads. So that's what this episode is about. I really want people to get the most from their ads budget, and that only happens if you have all of your foundations in place. So what do I mean by foundations, and what exactly do you need to have in place? The first thing you need to know and remember is that Facebook and Instagram ads amplify. So whatever is already happening in your business and in your marketing will be amplified. And this is why I keep saying that your foundations need to be right and that Facebook ads can't save your business. Whatever it is that you're doing needs to be working before you spend money on ads. The second thing I want to mention is that while a lot of this episode is also applicable to an e-commerce business, mostly what I'm talking about is focused on online courses, coaching, and service providers. I will talk about funnels and lead magnets, which are somewhat applicable to e-com businesses, but my main aim is to support service providers and course creators. So let's look at your foundations. How do you know that you're ready for Facebook ads? Number one, the biggest one, your offer already converts and sells. So when I'm speaking of an offer, I talk about every offer in your funnel, from your free download, webinar, or other lead magnet through to your paid offers. If your current offers are not converting, aka selling, you need to figure out why that is and address that first before you send more traffic to it. Like I said, Facebook ads amplify. So if you're going to send it more traffic to a landing page where you're trying to get people to sign up for your lead magnet, but that landing page isn't converting at a decent rate, and I would probably say over 30%, then you need to look at that first. Also, if you are getting leads, but you're not converting those leads to sales, you need to look at that. Why am I not buying? Is your offer not the right offer? Is it not aligned with your free offer? Are you attracting the wrong kind of people? Your audience. you need to have all of this in place. Like, it needs to be converting. Your free offer needs to be converting. Your paid offers need to be converting. So have a look at that. Have a look at whether you have like a traffic issue, a conversion issue, an audience issue. You need to dive into it. Facebook ads is just going to amplify what isn't already working. Number 2, you have launched before and your funnel works, but you might be actually struggling to replicate this success. And this one isn't totally necessary, but it does really help if you have some solid data, like some numbers. Otherwise, your Facebook ads for your launch turn into a market research exercise rather than a proper launch. It's not a bad thing. It's just that you cannot have expectations of your launch if you haven't launched before and you don't actually know how your funnel is performing in a way. So ideally, you have launched before and you know that your funnel works. You know that each part in the funnel, like you know what it does, that it's actually doing what it's designed to do, and also at what level. You know, what are the numbers attached? What is your opening rate? How many people are signing up that you can send to a page? Like I said, 30% conversion on the landing page. You need to know how many people are converting to buyers. So you know that if you add people into your funnel, that you'll reliably convert people into buyers, and you need to know at what rate. Of course, there will be some changes, as generally organic traffic converts at a slightly different rate than cold traffic. But if your funnel does a good job of nurturing people, you'll be able to see sales come out at the other end. And I'm making it sound rather impersonal and a bit machine-like, but don't forget that you're attracting real people, like real human beings. Facebook ads and launching with Facebook ads is basically glorified maths. It's a matter of what you put in at the top, you can expect come out at the other end. But it really, what happens in the middle is what counts. It's actually really easy to attract leads with Facebook ads. It is the conversion part, your funnel part, that needs to do the heavy lifting. So the middle part is where the magic happens and where you change them from subscribers to buyers. Number 3, you know your audience really well and you know how you can solve their problem or ignite their dreams. So this one is really, really important. You absolutely need to know who your audience is and how to best speak to them. You need to know who they are, what their problem is, or what their dream is, so that you can present your offer to them in a way that compels them to take action. Knowing your audience helps you create the right offers, both free and paid offers. Plus, it also helps you create your messaging in a way that attracts them. So like I said before, if your stuff is not converting, it could be that you have a traffic issue, like not enough people actually going through your funnels and looking at it. You could have a conversion issue, like you could have so many people in your funnel, but they're not buying, which is a conversion issue. And that could be partly because you might have the wrong kind of people, or it could be that you have the wrong kind of offer. So you really need to know your audience like inside out. You need to know them so well that you just know that you've got the right thing for them, and you need to know how to actually present that and speak to them in a way that they just can't say no. And then number 4 is that you want to scale, but you're kind of stagnant. And that happens after a while. If you have done some launches and you have built your audience organically, at some point that is going to like sort of stagnate a little bit. Like, you know that you're ready for ads if you've launched a few times, but you're struggling to grow your launch because your audience is just not growing at the rate that you need it to. And scaling your launch often comes down to growing your audience and attracting more people into your network. And to scale faster, it's important to get more traffic and more leads faster. And simply, organic social media and all the organic methods can just take longer. It's like you still need to do it because it is incredibly important to do it, but it can take longer. Facebook and Instagram ads can speed up the process of bringing in leads and thus scaling your launch faster. Of course, there are also other parts that are just as important. For example, you should already have your pixels installed, your landing pages should be optimized, you have a budget for your ads, etc., etc. But all of these things don't matter as much if your offer isn't actually already selling. Like, they're just technicalities, right? Anyway, in a nutshell, if your offer is ready, your funnel is set up, and you've tested it a few times so you know that it works and people convert to buyers, you're ready to invest in Facebook ads to scale your launch. Now, I want to add one more thing. You may be ready to invest in Facebook ads, but you may not be ready to work with an ads manager and fully outsource your launch. Here's the thing. If your offer is under $500, you are much better off running your own ads if you want to keep a portion of your revenue from your launch. I know it's going to sound a little bit dramatic and the numbers aren't exact. Anyway, your advertising budget will be able to get you a return if your funnel does its job, but outsourcing would put a strain on that. And you might not be able to make a profit from your launch if you outsource the whole lot. Again, it might be, a good market research exercise and you might not want to take a profit from it. A good ads manager charges a significant amount of money, generally at least 4 figures, and you generally need to have at least a 2 to 3 month lead up to a launch. At least, I would say 4 to 6 months, ideally, which would, it could eat into your ads budget if you haven't put that aside. I generally don't take on any clients with an offer under $1,000 because it can be rather tricky to actually make their money from a lower ticket offer, and they are much better off running ads themselves. I also think that the DIY route is a better option if you've never advertised before, or if you don't want to go fully DIY, find a done with you option so that you know what's involved in running ads and you have an idea of what to look for in a good ads manager by the time that you're ready to outsource. So all up, Facebook ads can really help you scale your launch and bring you a ton of leads and sales. In fact, one of my clients just had their biggest launch yet, and over 82% of their leads came from Facebook. That shows how big a part Facebook ads played in this launch. Anyway, if your offer is proven, your funnel is converting at a rate that you're happy with, and you have an advertising budget to support your launch, I would say do it. You'll learn along the way and you can build upon each launch. If you want to work with a Facebook ads manager, either in a done with you capacity or a done for you capacity, get in touch with me. I will pop the links in the show notes because I do both of this. And yeah, we'll see where it goes, right? I'm here to support your launches, both with done with you and done for you. So get in touch. That's it for this episode. I hope it was helpful. I can't wait to share more marketing tips with you next week. So if you're ready to take your business to the next level with Facebook and Instagram ads, make sure you visit newschoolofmarketing.com to download practical free resources, watch my free masterclass, plus subscribe to the podcast and never miss an episode. I can't wait to go on this journey with you. Until next time, take care and market your business every day.